Good evening. I'd like to call this regular meeting of the Muscle Shoals Board of Education to order. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mrs. Woolfolk will now do a roll call vote.
Please answer here or present when I call your name. Ms. Sonia Almond,
Here.
Mr. Corey King,
Here.
Mr. Clayton Wood, noted absent. Dr. Jamie Stoddard,
Here.
Dr. Marilyn Davis.
Here.
Dr. Holden, we have a quorum.
Awesome, thank you very much. And first item is I recommend approval of the agenda as presented.
Board, our first order of business is to approve the agenda as presented. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
I make a motion to approve it.
Thank you, Dr. Stoddard. We have a motion to approve the agenda. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
All right, I have no correspondence to report tonight, but in your packet, you have the minutes from the February 25th regular meeting, and I recommend.
Board, the superintendent has recommended approval of the board meeting minutes as presented. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. King. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call to vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, Dr. Holden, the motion carries.
Thank you, Madam President. Under business action items, we have the consent agenda. And for the consent agenda, the board has been furnished with background material on each item or has discussed the item at a previous meeting. Consent agenda items will be acted upon with one vote without discussion. If a board member wishes to discuss any item, it will be pulled from the consent agenda and voted on separately. For the consent agenda tonight, we have the financials for February, both the financial report and check register. We have a budget amendment for FY25, which Ms. Langley discussed with you at the work session. We have the science textbook adoption, the recommendation from the textbook committee, and then 2 land surveying service proposals from GMC Architects. Does any board member wish to pull any of those items from the consent agenda and vote on it separately? Hearing none, Madam President, I recommend the consent agenda as presented.
Thank you, Dr. Holden. Board, the superintendent has recommended approval of the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. King. We have a motion to approve the consent agenda. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Stoddard. We have a motion and a second. All to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, Dr. Holden, the motion carries.
All right. Madam President, next is the personnel report, and I recommend the personnel report as presented.
Thank you, Dr. Holden. Board, the superintendent has recommended approval of the personnel report. Do I have a motion to approve the personnel report as presented?
I make it.
Thank you, Dr. Stoddard. We have a motion to approve the personnel report. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call to vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Dr. Holden, the personnel report has been approved.
All right, for the benefit of the audience, the personnel report consists of the following under resignation or retirement, and all of these retirements will be effective June 1 unless otherwise noted. Amy Bracken, intervention teacher, Muscle Shoals High School. Paige Callahan, clerical aide, McBride Elementary. Dennis Connor, director of federal programs and career tech education. His is effective July 1st. Stephanie Ellis, first grade teacher, Webster Elementary. Quinethia Lipscomb, clerical aide, Muscle Shoals Middle School. Jeff Madden, contract principal, Muscle Shoals Career Academy, July 1st. Ann Leslie Mansell, CNP program assistant, that's a resignation, effective March 5th. Sabrina Mitchell, CNP program assistant, that's also a resignation, effective February the 14th. Gary Mifflin, system-wide custodian, assigned to Muscle Shoals Career Academy, effective April 1st. Joyce Oliver, special education teacher, McBride Elementary. Becky Payton, system-wide speech pathologist. Barry Rinks, social science teacher, Muscle Shoals High School. Lori Roberts, science teacher, Muscle Shoals High School. Cassie Tyler, special education teacher, Webster Elementary. And last but not least, Lori Woolfolk, secretary to the superintendent, effective May 1st. Also, under other part-time special appointments, supplemental assignments, and nurse substitutes, we have 3 individuals who are being added to the nurse substitute list. Also, 1 individual addition to the Beyond the Bell tutoring service, that's Kennedy Clark. And then several individuals who will be helping us with the summer reading camp. And you can notice some of those folks are being paid with various funds. We have the general fund, we have OMI funds, we have Numeracy Act funds, Title I and Title II. So all of those funds will be used to fund our summer program. We do get some funds from the state. It is not near enough to cover these salaries. And we do pay our folks who work in the summer their regular rate of pay. We think they deserve that. We think that if we're going to ask them to work in the summer, we should pay them in the summer just like we do throughout the school year. So we appreciate the willingness of those to continue working in the summer. Also, under information only, not for board action, we do have several employees that continue to be on leave, and we're keeping that on the personnel report for your information and also for ours to kind of help keep up with it. And then we have 1 individual that will be filling a leave at Highland Park for Kelly Services. You see that name listed there. Did I misspeak on any of that? It was a lot, so I just. I did, yeah. The, under the summer reading camp instructors, if what I have listed there doesn't make a lot of sense, Kelly's got a nice little attachment. This is summer learning camp that you can click on, and she has it in boxes. It's all nice and colorful, and I just didn't add the color to mine.
Well, and I wanted to make it highlighted how much funding we're receiving from the state and what you're having to do, because this is.
Well, and just for the record, how much are we getting from the state?
$54,280.
And how much do we expect it will cost?
Almost $100,000.
So we're getting about half what we
Last year
need.
was 98.
And we are really bare minimum. I mean, it's not a lot, it's not fluff. It is what our students need to operate this program. The state recognizes, I say they do, when you tell them that it's not nearly funded well enough. Now, their excuse during COVID was, well, you're getting all this federal money, this COVID money, and when that dries up, we'll come through. That hasn't happened yet. So, anyway. All right, and then as far as my superintendent's report, just a few things to recognize. The high school band has been awarded a $20,000 grant from the Alabama Arts Education Initiative to purchase new school-owned instruments, and so we're grateful to Mrs. Hood. She wrote this grant, and you don't always get it. We've had several arts directors and teachers that have submitted this in the past and not received anything. But I think our chorus program has received it in the past, but Mrs. Hood took it upon herself to write this grant this year, and she's getting that $20,000, and so we're appreciative to her for that. Also, if you didn't see, I think I sent this to you guys, but Kate Scales is one of our students in Tiffany Stonecipher's class, and they participated in the Governor's App Challenge this year. And her app is called the Tutor Me app, and I've not seen it, but it must be phenomenal because she's one of about 7 in the entire state who are being recognized by the governor, and that'll be, I think, next month when they're having that ceremony. But we congratulate Kate on that. I know she did a great job, and I'm thankful for Ms. Stonecipher for participating in the Governor's App Challenge. Obviously, we had a lot of names on the list there of people who are retiring. We have others who are considering retirement, and you know, we'll have a few more. Hopefully, not too many more. But we kind of expected this. It is the 3rd year of a pretty significant pay raise a few years ago. So, and with the state basically saying there's not going to be a raise this year unless something changes, there won't be a raise. They are going to put all the money they have for that toward keeping people's PHIP premiums from going up. So there won't be a raise, and so a lot of people have decided that this is the time is right for them, and we certainly understand that. And so hopefully, I know these principals out here, now that this is official and has been approved, are going to be busy over the next few weeks interviewing and hopefully being able to find the right people to fill those spots. It's a lot of experience that will be leaving us this year. And our retirement tea, which is that May 21st, I think is the date, but it's that week. We may have to do it somewhere else. We may have to look at that, but don't hold me to that date. I'll get you guys the date, but it's always in late May. And it's going to take a little while to recognize these folks, but we're going to do it because they deserve it. May 21st. Hey, I got it right. But I do want to specifically recognize Lori tonight. I'll have more to say about her at the retirement tee. I don't need to say too much right now because I may start getting choked up. I don't do well with that. But I know tonight she may not get choked up.
Should be going.
Yeah, she may be like Paige Callahan earlier. She was just giggling up here, when you were talking about retirement. She's ready, I think. But I know tonight's bittersweet for you, Lori. And on behalf of the board, we thank you, and we certainly wish you all the best. And we'll be speaking about you a little bit more at the retirement tee. I will say this, I'm going to say this again that day. Carla Horton today, she said, I never dreamed that I would still be here when my replacement retired. So, but anyway, congratulations to you. This is the final week before spring break, and so I wish everybody a great spring break. If you're traveling, be safe. My family will be leaving along with 4 charter bus loads of band kids and band parents in just a few hours. Not tomorrow, I guess it is tomorrow, but in the middle of the night, we'll be traveling to Nashville and flying to Hawaii. So I guess I can end this board meeting by saying aloha.
That's right. Have fun.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Holden. This concludes our agenda for the meeting. If there's no other further discussion, this meeting is adjourned.